Hey guys, welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast, your daily guide for inner child healing. This podcast helps you establish a consistent reparenting routine and is divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading, the second is a discussion of the reading followed by suggested journal prompts, and the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us today. I'm so glad that you're here as we continue on this journey of self-expansion and growth. If this is your first time, welcome. Before we dive in, a few quick reminders. Please like, share, and subscribe to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Your support here helps us spread the word, allowing us to continue to grow this community. Next, I'd like to introduce our Patreon group, where we have 3 weekly meetings. On Sunday, we have a meditation meeting. On Tuesdays, we have a book club meeting. And on Thursdays, we have open topic discussions. These meetings take place at 6 p.m. Eastern European time, so this is Paris, Amsterdam time. I'm also thrilled to introduce the Reparenting Daily Journal, which you can find on Amazon. This journal follows the exact theme of the podcast, so each week and each monthly theme and sub-theme, it provides you space to keep your notes and plenty of extra resources for each topic we discuss. It's a really great tool, and if you purchase it, you can join our 3 weekly meetings for free. Just send me an email and we'll get you linked into that. Next, I'd like to announce another creative project I've had, which is a 3-volume series entitled Fairy Tales for Reparenting. Now, you might think, yeah, we're a bit old, fairy tales are a bit fluffy, so why fairy tales exactly? In my own personal work and research and reading into the work of Carl Jung and Marie-Louise von Franz, and just a lot of other types of reading and spiritual readings that I've done, has kind of led me to this journal to rediscover the magic of fairy tales. So I've created this 3-volume series that progresses along the hero's journey from beginning to middle to end. All of the fairy tales there correspond to that point of your journey. At the end of each story, you will have journal reflections and also space to keep your notes for things that you've learned. While returning to fairy tales might seem childish, foolish, or immature, there's actually a lot of value buried there, not to mention the ability to connect with your inner child. These books are filled with fairy tales that you might know, and also some from around the world that might be new for you. So you can look forward to something exciting and a new way to connect with your inner child and to work on your inner child healing if you like. All of these books are available on Amazon, so go ahead and take a look to support this project. Your help here really means a lot. Reparenting is a journey of growth, iterative change, and continuous improvement. Much like nurturing the bonsai tree, it requires patience, care, consistency, and attention. Thanks for being here and for supporting this work, and also for committing on your journey of self-expansion. Now, without further ado, let's dive into today's practice. Today's reading is an article from Psychology Today. It's entitled, "Do You Have an External Validation Mental Model?" Just as a reminder, we're in June, and the theme for this month is Cultivating Self-Worth and Self-Love. We're in week 2, which is June 8th until the 14th. And the theme for this week is releasing external validation. Do you have an external validation mental model? Objective leaders understand their mental models. Do yours help or hurt you? As a quick recap, mental models are our deep-rooted ideas and beliefs about the way the world works and how things ought to be. The mind forms patterns or models that define our sense of reality, that leads us to expect certain results. They give meanings to events and that predispose us to behave in certain ways. We think and act through our mental models. These mental models can keep us trapped in old ways of thinking and acting that often run contrary to our conscious objectives and cause us to get in our own way. To be an objective leader requires that we identify and transform the limiting and unproductive mental models that are driving our ineffective responses. Since 2010, I have been conducting research to determine the role mental models play in management, leadership, and decision-making. From this, it appears that there are several common mental models: external validation, competition, perfectionist, and control, which all seem to be rooted in an overall insecurity or I am not good enough. In the next few blogs, I will discuss and provide the preliminary results of the Objective Leader Assessment to help you get a sense of your current levels of objectivity and the mental models through which you interpret and respond to your world. External validation. I need others to like me and think I'm smart. If you're like many people, you care very much about what other people think about you. In my research, 55% of people responded said that their self-worth was more often or always tied to what others think. What we tend to forget is that everyone is instantly judging, categorizing, and responding to everyone else based upon a myriad of influences in their own mind. Often, we are being judged and responded to in ways that have nothing to do with us. Picture this. I walk by a tall woman wearing a gray dress. Instantly, I feel that I don't like her, and I try to avoid her. Why? Because she reminds me of a teacher who called on me in 3rd grade to recite the Emancipation Proclamation, and I froze. It was my most embarrassing moment, and that teacher's image is now indelibly printed on my mind. Every time I see a tall woman in a gray dress, my mind calls up that embarrassing moment. Now, I have an initial negative response to anyone that reminds me of the teacher. Our mind responds instantaneously in the present based upon memories of things that happened in the past. Ask yourself, can you afford to spend time worrying about what someone else's initial response to you may be, when it could have absolutely nothing to do with you? Most importantly, can you afford to allow anyone else's perception of you to shape how you feel about yourself? Unfortunately, most of us can't help it. In their book, On Self and Social Organization, social psychologists C.H. Cooley and Hans-Joachim Schubert called this phenomenon the looking-glass self. They summed it up as follows. I am not what I think I am. I am not what you think I am. I am what I think that you think I am. In many cases, we choose to associate with people whose opinions we value and respect. Some psychologists call this the in-group, and we seek approval and validation from them. The opinions of this in-group become the basis of how we value ourselves and for our self-acceptance. The problem, given what we now know, is that if you base your self-concept on what others think of you, then you will always be vulnerable. Your self-concept has no true foundation. If the other person is having a good day and responds to you in a friendly, affirming manner, then you feel good. If not, you wonder what you're doing wrong. We are constantly trying to project an image of ourselves based on what we think others want. But since we don't really know what they want, what we are really doing is deciding what we think they want, and then trying to project that image. It's a losing game. That's the reading for today. There's much more left in this article, so please do check it out. And she does give you some more tips here also for the ability to transform your external validation model. Welcome back. Today's reading emphasizes how the external validation mental model, the belief that our worth hinges on others' approval, keeps many of us, locked in self-doubt and insecurity. This mindset is especially damaging for those who grew up in environments where love and affirmation and self-worth were conditional or absent. We redefine ourselves based on how others perceive us, a concept known as the looking-glass self. We live disconnected from our authentic identity. Reparenting breaks this pattern by helping us validate ourselves internally, not through guessing games about others' thoughts. Through self-reflection and recognition of our instincts and intrinsic traits, such as compassion, resilience, intelligence, or grit, we begin to build a foundation of self-worth that external judgment cannot shake. For survivors of childhood trauma or emotional neglect, reparenting means learning to relate to ourselves with kindness and attunement that we never received. Rewiring the external validation model is a key to this transformation. Rather than performing for approval, we reclaim our reality and self-concept by acknowledging what's true about us, regardless of others' models, biases, or projections. As we recognize that others' reactions often have nothing to do with us, we gain freedom, the power to define ourselves, to live in our own truth, and to stop outsourcing our self-worth to people who are just insecure as we once were. As we go into the journal prompts, number 1, what do I believe others need to see in me in order for me to feel okay about myself? Where did that come from? And is it still serving me? Number two, if no one else could ever validate me again, what would I need to tell myself to feel worthy, safe, and seen? And number three, what are three core qualities that I possess that I know are true about me, regardless of how others respond or don't respond? That's it for today. As always, thanks for being here. Take care of yourself, and please do be well. Welcome back. Welcome back. Now, this is the third and final section of the daily podcast. This is your silent meditation. Please go ahead and find a space where you can be comfortable and undisturbed, where you can relax and spend some time with yourself for this 10-minute silent meditation. You can choose to be sitting, standing, lying down, or in whatever position makes you comfortable today. Take a moment to simply be with yourself. Focus on your breath and gently connect with each part of your body. If thoughts arise, don't let them overwhelm you. Just observe them without attachment. Imagine them as leaves drifting down atop a river, passing by without needing your engagement. Stay present, grounded, and open to this moment, no matter what time you are listening and practicing this meditation. Namaste.